Good morning, everyone. Hello, everyone. A very, very warm welcome to all the wonderful participants who have joined us on this platform today. Today, we will be conducting a wonderful session, and I'm sure that all of you will be really excited about this session. So, the name of this session is Elevator Pitch to Success, which I think resonates with a lot of people because everybody wants success and everybody wants to get there fast and wants to get there quick. And we have a very, very special speaker and presenter and expert who's going to be taking us through this webinar and sharing his very important information and mindset and tool sets for elevator pitch to success. But before we dive into the subject, let us talk a little bit about IBG. IBG, India Business Group, is a modern chamber of commerce. It is a very successful organization that has been operating out of Mumbai for more than 8 years. IBG, India Business Group Chamber of Commerce, services the entire ecosystem of various business sectors. IBG India Business Group. We have several members. On a mailing list, we have about 80,000 members, and we have over 3,000 active members. All right. And through this Knowledge Cafe webinar, we try to impart a lot of knowledge to our members. So in today's session, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the speaker for today, Mr. Bruhad Buch. Mr. Bruhad Buch is a futurepreneur. He is an author. He's a digital strategist, and his profile is very big. So I'm going to have to read it a little bit. Please forgive me for that, Bruhad. So as a futurepreneur, Bruhad Buch believes that problems are moving targets and we can solve them with pure willing and by simply transitioning the way we think. All right. So the many services that are offered, he also believes that you just cannot solve today's problem with yesterday's thinking. So well said, Bruhad. And the services offered by him are about 6 variants. So the number 1 is Six Sigma and Lean Thinking Solutions. Number 2 is Customized Behavioral Learning Solutions. Number 3 is Leadership Program, which I'm quite interested in. Immersive Learning Solutions Gamification, Instructional Design Solutions, and number 6 is Customized Live Simulations. Now, let's know a little bit about Mr. Bruhad Buch. He's very accomplished. He's got a lot of successes. And just to say a few key highlights about his journey and his accomplishments, Mr. Bruhad Buch has delivered 300 plus behavioral and leadership workshops across levels of management with an average satisfaction index of 92%, very high. Helped organizations identify and drive profitable growth opportunities to improve their revenue, very important. 1,000 plus transformations to his name and to his credit. Facilitated sessions for people from across the globe, including Australia, the UK, Japan, Gulf, USA, and Canada. There is much more to be said about our guest and speaker today, but I will not take too much of time because I think the participants on this platform really want to hear from him and get a lot out of this session. So without wasting too much time, I would like to invite the guest and speaker for today, Mr. Bruhad Buch. Over to you, Bruhad. All the very best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Agnes, for that wonderful introduction. It's lovely to, hear something about your own self. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for inviting me to this, wonderful platform. I am absolutely honored to be speaking to all of you today. All right. So, great. Before we begin, let me tell you what you're going to gain out of this 45-minute to 1 hour webinar. One is I've got a gift for all of you out here. All right. Wow. I will be, narrating my elevator pitch, and you will have to use the chat box and tell me. And there will be a time when you will get an opportunity to use the chat box and tell me what my real business is. And if you were able to do that, the top 3 people will get free one-on-one guidance sessions for their elevator pitches. So that's what we will be doing at the end of the session.
I think that's very, very exciting to get mentoring from you for this particular topic. So guys, please pay utmost attention to this session, and the top 3 people who will actually guess what he actually does for a living will be having free one-on-one. So great way to start.
Awesome, excellent. All right, so just to tell you a little bit about myself. Hi, I'm Bruhad Buch, an introvert turned salesman turned HR professional, and now an entrepreneur with over 10,000 transformations to my credit. As a design thinking practitioner, a digital strategist, and a transformative coach, I have helped many clients identify and drive profitable growth opportunities with my ability to provide practically implementable solutions through simple conversations. I have a vision to create 1 million solutionists by 2025 through behavioral and leadership training, consulting, individual coaching, business coaching, career transformations, and digital marketing. If you feel that you have unique problems in your personal and or professional life and want to solve them by using scientifically proven, practically implementable frameworks, by exploring your hidden potential, you are at the right place. Now, whether you're working for a startup, MSME, SME, or corporate trying to find work-related solutions, or are a freelancer or entrepreneur wanting to grow your business, or a student wanting career growth, or a professional wanting career growth, or someone who just wants to explore your hidden potential to become your version 2.0, Oma Solutionists and I have customized solutions that cater to every non-medical problem that you have in your life. So, what problem are you trying to solve today? Whenever I ask my clients about what is the solution that they want from the kind of work that I do, many of them come and say, we want to grow our business. We want to enhance our career. We want to, move to the next level. We just want to solve problems. We are sick and tired of people consulting us and giving us advice. We do not want advice. And that is exactly where Oma Solutions comes in. We provide solutions. We don't really give you just advice for the sake of giving advice. Here's a small snapshot of what I do, and then we will slowly move into the elevator pitches. All right. See, the idea of an elevator pitch is very, very simple, or the idea of my journey was very, very simple. Like Agnes already said, that you cannot solve today's problem with yesterday's thinking. Many people go for benchmarks. Many people say, I think this person has done so and so. Let's read that study. Let's analyze that data. Let's look at what other people are doing and then go ahead and try and implement those same frameworks for us. And trust me, none of that works. Why it does not work is because every individual has their own way of leading success. Every individual has their own way of looking at their own business from their own perspective. And that's exactly why you should not benchmark others, but you must become a benchmark for others. And with that thought, most of my corporate clients, most of my SMEs, most of the startups, most of the individuals that I coach, most of the students that I coach, all of them come to me only after they have tried and failed, and they say, you know what, bro, you are absolutely right. We need solutions, and you are the one who's going to help us get those solutions. The idea of solutioning came to me when I entered my corporate journey. I have a corporate journey of around 17 years, and my entrepreneurship journey, what you're looking at over here, is in the last 4 years. What I've realized is that when you do quick fix solutioning, saying, you know what, यहाँ से Google से download कर लेते हैं, यहाँ से हम लोग उठा लेते हैं, ये template ले लेते हैं, वो framework ले लेते हैं, and we'll get it done. And that never works. And this quick fix solutioning is something that I wanted to solve, which is why I entered into the entrepreneurship journey. When you look at the highlights of my entrepreneurship journey, all this has been possible because I've been using one elevator pitch for the last 4 years. And that elevator pitch has helped me to make people understand what I really do and how I can help them per se. All right. So what really is an elevator pitch? Well, what do you understand by an elevator pitch? To give you a very, very simple idea, it's a short sales pitch. So I'm sure you've heard about whatever I've done, and the quiz is coming up soon. But when you are going and talking to somebody, the idea is, can you tell them something in a span of time in which you will spend with them in an elevator? So अगर आप लिफ्ट में जा रहे हैं, किसी से बात कर रहे हैं, you have maximum 30 seconds to 2 minutes to actually go ahead and give your pitch, or to tell them what you really do. So the idea over here for an elevator pitch is not to rush through all the words, not to rush through all the data, not to rush through everything that you do. But the idea is to give the most important parts of your enterprise succinctly and clearly. Many people make this mistake when they do elevator pitches, or when they introduce themselves. You may have 10 or 15 types of different kinds of businesses. It can be products, it can be services, it can be anything which is to do with just talking to each other also. The problem is they try and give everything in that elevator pitch, and that does not work. 3 reasons why it does not work. One is the people who are listening to you, they are here to listen to you about, so what's in it for them? Where is it that they fit in your elevator pitch? The number 2 part over here is that when you are giving them so much variety, it becomes difficult for them to choose from. So what is it that you can narrow it down? What is it that you can funnel it down to something that makes a little sense to them, so that at least they'll come to you and have a conversation with you, and then you can go ahead and make your sale, or convert your lead into an actual customer. And number 3, and the most important point over here, is if you have a long elevator pitch, the attention span is gone. People do not have a great attention span. And it was a very recent survey done saying that, around 10 years back, the average attention span of an individual was 4 minutes. 5 years back, the same survey was conducted, and the attention span became 1 minute. And this, research was conducted last year once again, and they came to know that the attention span is now 40 seconds. So if you're not able to communicate your pitch in 40 seconds to 1 minute, you have already lost that sale. And that is exactly why an elevator pitch is required. All right. So this is a very short understanding of what an elevator pitch means. If you Google elevator pitch today, if you Google how to make an elevator pitch, you will get tens of thousands of pages. And trust me, none of that is going to help you, because what will happen is you are looking at it from a different perspective. Today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my secret recipe with you. And that secret recipe, you will sit right there and create your own elevator pitch with me. I hope that sounds lovely. Does that sound good? Let me know in the chat box whether it sounds good or not. I am going to share my secret recipe with you, and listening to me, just listening to me, you will create your own elevator pitch today, right here. All right. So this is about the elevator pitch, and time for the giveaway. What do you think my business is? So whatever you heard from me in the beginning, what do you think? What is the kind of business that I'm into? I'm going to give you 2 minutes to write it down in the chat box, and the one who's the closest to the kind of business that I do will get a free one-on-one coaching from my side. All right. Give you 2 minutes. Quickly write down in the chat box, what is the kind of business that I am into? What do you think is the business that I am into? All right. So Vikram says helping people or companies achieve their goals. Vishal says training and consulting. All right. Sharmila says helping futurepreneurs. All right. Mr. M.V. Narayan says giving value to people's lives. Sonia Singh says consulting. Rajnish says coach for practical solutions in business and personal life. All right. Excellent. All right. So let me tell you, the first winner over here is Vikram Anand. So Vikram Anand, yes, people and company to achieve their goals is almost very, very close to what I do. Rajnish is also very, very close. So Rajnish, you are also the one who gets it. Please type in your email IDs, Vikram and Rajnish, so that I can give you one-on-one piece later on. And no, Darshan, I'm not into that particular piece that you said, but I can also look at training and consulting is also very, very close. So Vishal, congratulations. You are also the one to get the one-on-one per se. So Vikram, Rajneesh, and Vishal, this is what helps you to understand. All right. So Mandar says nourishment of people to achieve what they want for a noble cause. All right. Yes. So Mandar, that's also very true. That's also very, very close. Mandar, you can also give it. Let me make it 4. Let's not make it 3. Let me make it 4. So please put in your email ID and I will get in touch with you shortly. All right. So excellent. Now tell me, how did you understand that I do these things? Quickly, if you can write down in the chat box, what is it that made you understand that, you know what, bro, you do these things? So all the winners, if you want to tell us, what do you think, I told you that helped you in understanding what I really do? All right. So Rajni says clarity in communication. All right. Okay. What else? So you feel it's clarity in communication. Okay, so Mr. Ghanshyam says I have strong content. All right, so content is there. So, okay. Sonia says processes. All right. So Rajneesh is very clear on what he will get from me. All right, excellent. Very nice. All right. Okay. So, Mr. Narayan, I mentioned that I have transformed people's lives by looking at their problems. Very well said, Mr. Narayan. Absolutely. So I mentioned that. All right. Mr. Ghanshyam also says your delivery is very much in line with the need of the. It is in line with the need of the hour. Absolutely, absolutely. Very well said, Mr. Ghanshyam. Fantastic. All right. So Mr. Rajab is saying visibility. All right. So visibility. Okay, that can be one more piece. Excellent. All right. You guys are kind of getting what I'm really hinting at. Excellent. So yes, when you look at clarity in communication, when you look at the need of the hour, when you look at mentioning it, succinctly saying, I do this, many people will tell you that go indirect, directly किसी को मत बोलो कि आप क्या कर रहे हो, and that is the biggest mistake that you do. Please go ahead and tell them directly what you do, because if you tell them an indirect piece, what will happen is they will keep thinking कि ये करता क्या है. Now, if I were to say, I am a holistic transformationalist who helps you to strategize your business into getting a 360-degree idea of what you can achieve. You'll be like, ye Shashi Tharoor kahan se aa gaye yahan pe? You know, so the point is, many people believe that great English is, a measure of a great elevator pitch, and that is absolutely wrong. Simplest of English, be direct, and that is what will help you with the elevator pitch. So let me tell you the secret recipe to this elevator pitch. All right. Okay. So we divide this entire piece into 2 parts. The first part is 25 to 30 seconds. This is the time when you exactly tell people what your business is about, what is your credibility, what is your vision, so that if you do not have much time, at least people know who you are. अगर आपने उतना बता दिया, आपका 75% काम हो गया, because people at least know who you are and what business you do. All right. Now, many times when you go and meet people, you don't have more than 30 seconds to talk to them. If you have 2 minutes, great, you can use the long time elevator pitch. But if you only have 30 seconds, what do you do? So here's my recipe, and I'm going to give you an example as well. All right. So you will get an idea, and you can also keep typing in your elevator pitches so that we know that, you are getting the hang of what we are trying to do. All right. So the first thing you got to put is your name. Kaun hai? All right. Now, many a times, in my training sessions, when we talk to corporate clients, we say put your name towards the end, but that's a different pitching. You are entrepreneurs, you are freelancers. Most of you are into business. So you need to tell people who you are. The second is, what is your journey about? What have you transformed from, and what have you become at this point in time? So that's the second part of your elevator pitch. The third thing is, what are your achievements? Now, great, you have a business, you have your journey, you're very proud of your journey. Many people are proud of their journey. It's like watching Olympics and saying that, there are 127 people going into Olympics. How many of you remember all 127 names? Difficult, right? You will remember who? Oh, PV Sindhu, because she won a bronze medal. Oh, we remember, Deepika Kumari, because she is, number one in the world. You remember these specific people because of their achievements. And whether you like it or not, people will always go by your achievements. They just don't go by your journey. Then what is your skill set? What is it that you bring to the table? आप दूसरों के लिए क्या कर सकते हो? What's in it for them? And if you can touch their hearts or their mind with the kind of things that you do, you've won the battle. All right. What is your vision? Now, as an entrepreneur, people look forward to you as a leader. They look forward to you as somebody who can run their own business, which means you can take care of the finances, you can take care of, people around you, you can manage teams, and you can manage clients. So what is your vision? And how your business will help you achieve your vision. So आप लोग सोच रहे हो कि अब तक business आया क्यों नहीं? And that is where the recency effect comes into the picture. You know what's the recency effect? मैंने अभी जो सुना वो मुझे याद रहेगा. Whatever I've heard right now, I will remember it far more than what was said, 2 minutes, 3 minutes back. And that is what the recency effect is. Now, if you go ahead and ask people that Bruhad spoke to one of the, people in one of the webinars on 30th of March, do you remember what he said? No, I think I'll need to watch that video recording to understand what he said. But if you say, okay, what has he said just, 5 minutes back, you will instantly be able to do it. And that is how you create your journey. Let's share with you an example. And now it's the time for you to start creating your own elevator pitch. All right. So let's look at this. Hi, I'm Bruhad Buch. That's the name. So start typing your name. All right. Second thing is an introvert turned salesman, turned HR professional, and now an entrepreneur with over 10,000 transformations to my credit. So what I said, I was an introvert when I started off my journey, but I then moved into sales. I then moved into HR, and now I have my own business, and I have around 10,000 transformations to my credit. So in your journey, what is your journey about? What is your business about? How many people have you impacted? How many businesses have you impacted? How many things have you done for people? And here it's not about your sales numbers, all right? So don't put, I have got 30% revenue, or I've got, 10,000 sales and all of that. No, it's not about that. How many people have you touched? How many lives have you transformed? Because it's an emotional connect that you're starting off right then. All right. So you can start off by saying, an undergraduate, or a 10th pass out, to a this, to a that. Or you can start off by saying, a shy individual turned, turned an MBA professional, turned, entrepreneur with so and so, so and so, so and so. So what is your journey? Can you create 4 levels of your journey? One, when you started off. So, you just, got into college, or you've just passed out school. 2, when you just started your career. 3, when your career progressed to, let's say, 10 years or 5 years or 6 years. And 4th, what you are now. If you can divide that and create a statement, fantastic. That will be your journey. Let's look at the USP. Okay. Here, you put in your certifications, or you put in your credibility in terms of how do people know you, or why should people believe in you? Why should I believe in you, or why should you believe Bruhad Buch? कुछ है क्या prove करने के लिए? हाँ जी बिल्कुल है. I'm a design thinking practitioner. Buzzwords. Try using buzzwords. Sometimes it really helps. Second is digital strategist and a transformative coach. What have I done? I have helped my clients. So I may have achieved hundreds of things, but what have I done for my clients? That is what is important. Identify and drive profitable growth opportunities. With what ability? Do I have an ability? What is that ability? I provide practically implementable solutions through simple conversations. कोई framework नहीं है. There is no framework. There is no methodology. There is no gym jam. I'm not going to put you into a webinar. I'm not going to put you through a course. I'm not going to put you through a workshop. Have a call with me, and I will, just by a mere conversation, I will give you practically implementable solutions. Sounds good. How many people really do that? I doubt it. And this is where your differentiation comes into the picture, or your unique selling proposition comes into the picture. आप दूसरों से अलग कैसे हैं? So think about it. What have you done in your life? What have what is it that you have helped your clients get? So let's say you are into nutrition, just giving you an example, let's say you are into nutrition. You can always go ahead and say, I have helped my clients identify the real problem of fat loss versus weight loss and help them reduce without doing any diets. Wow, so you're helping me doing fat loss and weight loss. Arey, difference hai kya in dono mein? Oh, and you've done it without that. I want to really talk to you, boss. Now that is how you create that excitement, saying, you know what? It's only a simple conversation, right? Like 5 minute ka conversation, we can do it anytime. Let's go and talk to this guy. Oh, fat loss, weight loss. Wow, without that, let's go and talk to this person. Let's see what this person has in store. Then your vision. I have a vision to create 1 million solutionists. All right. Now here, what you can say is, I have a vision to create, let's say 10,000 slim people. You can just use that word, or you can, if you are in, let's say, computers. I have a vision to enable technology in all the middle life, people's households. So enable technology in terms of giving computers, giving security systems, giving mouses, giving pen drives and all those things. So how do you enable technologies? By giving those computers. So the idea is to understand your vision, and 3 saal ka ya 5 saal ka vision rakhiye. Now this is something that I created in 2020. All right. So every 5 years you need to change your elevator pitch. Now the most important thing is, how will your business help you achieve the vision? So I have a vision to create 1 million solutionists by 2025 through behavioral and leadership training, consulting, individual coaching, business coaching, career transformation, and digital marketing. So out of these 6, if you want anything, I'm there. Simple, straight, direct, and to the point. Now, if you really read through all of this, you will take 29.8 seconds to read all of this. Hi, I'm Bruhad Buch, an introvert turned salesman, turned HR professional, and now an entrepreneur with over 10,000 transformations to my credit. As a design thinking practitioner, digital strategist, and transformative coach, I have helped my clients identify and drive profitable growth opportunities with my ability to provide practically implementable solutions through simple conversations. I have a vision to create 1 million solutionists by 2025 through behavioral and leadership training, consulting, individual coaching, business coaching, career transformation, and digital marketing. 29.6 or 29.8 seconds I've actually measured this. Not rushing through, not speaking fast, going slow, focusing on the words that you really want to say. And that is your first step to your elevator pitch. All right. How many of you have actually created that elevator pitch? Put it down in the chat box by the time I move to the second version or the second part of the elevator pitch. All right. Put it down and I'll tell you exactly how it sounds. And you yourself will feel that, wow, I've really transformed my business into 30 seconds. Is that simple? I couldn't believe it. All right. So yeah, Rajneesh, please put it and you will get an idea. Please put it down in the chat box and I'll tell you exactly whether it's good to go. As a matter of fact, you yourself will be able to say it. So by the time people do that, let's move on to the next part, which is after 30 seconds. Let's say you have 2 minutes. Kya karoge 2 minutes mein? All right. So excellent. Let's move to the next part. Now comes your USP. Now let's say that 30 seconds aapka ho gaya. You have 2 minutes to go ahead and give your pitch. I'm thinking, now I've told them about my business. I've told them what differentiates me. But I really need to go a little more in depth by saying, how can I solve their problem? What is it that they will feel? Saying that, mera problem ye hai, wo to attack hua hi nahi. I don't want to go to this guy. I don't want to listen to this guy. All right. So let's understand that particular piece. Then you focus on audiences you cater to, saying, okay, this is my target audience. So if you are one of these, I'm here. And I'll give you an example, don't worry. All right. And the most important piece is the engaging question. Now, this is why is this the most important part? Is if you ask a question right at the end, people are like, हाँ यार मेरे को कोई एक problem तो है जिसका मेरे को solution चाहिए. I have some problem to which I may want a solution, and is this person the right person? So let's see the example. All right. Now the example is, if you feel you have unique problems in your personal and or professional life. So I'm covering both personal and professional life. So I'm saying if you have unique problems. So if you feel that I have a problem which nobody can solve, it's a unique problem. All right. And you want to solve them by using scientifically proven, practically implementable frameworks and exploring your hidden potential. Acha, so he's going to give me a scientific framework, going to be a practical framework, he's going to be give me implementable framework, and also he's going to help me explore my hidden potential. Excellent. You are at the right place. But when you say that, people are like, oh wow, I am at the right place. Excellent. And all those people who do not connect with you, they'll be like, you know what, I'm not at the right place. Okay, that is not your target audience. You cannot have everybody in the room as a customer. So, we have hundreds of people on this particular platform at this point in time. All 100 cannot be my customers. It's very simple. It cannot be. It's not possible. Who are the right customers will get in touch with me, one time or the other, because, they've understood what I really do. Okay, let's look at the next one. The target audiences. Now, whether you are working for a startup, SME, MSME, corporate. So if you want work-related solutions, whether you're a startup, SME, MSME, corporate, are you one of those? You will start listening. Haan, main hoon, hum hai. Are you a freelancer or an entrepreneur wanting to grow your business? So you'll be like, oh yeah, I am a freelancer. Oh, I am an entrepreneur. I want to grow my business. I am listening. Tell me more. Are you a student or a professional wanting career growth? Yeah, you know what? My child is in the 10th standard right now and wants a career mapping to be done. He's very confused on what to do next. I think I can get help from this guy, because he's talking about helping students with a career growth. And I also saw in the profile that he's helped 250 plus students and 450 plus students. So why not give it a shot? And as it is, it's just a simple conversation, right? Or you cover the rest of the people by saying someone who wants to explore their hidden potential to become your version 2.0. Saying if you want to become a newer version, let's say that you are a person who is sick and tired of life. You just want something new in your life. You want to become your newer version. So how is it that you can become your newer version? We have customized solutions for every non-medical problem. So don't come and tell me that I have a medical problem and you solve a medical problem. I cannot do that. What I can, however, do is if you have a non-medical problem, I am able to solve your problem. So who am I covering here? My target audience: startup, SME, MSME, corporate, freelancer, entrepreneur, student, specific, and then overall thing, someone who wants to explore. So let's say that there is a homemaker sitting out there, or there is a person who is just thinking of getting into a startup, is not yet into a startup, but just getting into that. Just wants an idea. So that becomes someone. So what I'm really doing here, how do you differentiate your audience? One is you first look at your bread and butter. SME, MSME, corporate, startups are my bread and butter. All right. So if they are not there, my business goes. So if you are in one of those, my bread and butter, I want to target you first. So pehle suno ki agar aap ho, please come to me. Then you move to the second, the jam part of the bread and butter. You go to freelancer and entrepreneur saying, you know what, my bread and butter is sorted. Let's move to a little luxury by saying, okay, if you're a freelancer entrepreneur, why don't you come to me and have a word with me? And the third part is your luxury, saying, okay, if you are none of those, but if you're just a student who wants career growth, I'm there for you. So think of your audience as, your bread and butter, which is your core customers. Think uski wajah se aapka business aaj chal raha hai. Agar wo nahi hote, aapka business band ho jata. All right, so that's what it is. Second is a freelancer or entrepreneur, or second is a kind of audience which goes beyond your core. Think they may not be very core, but if I get them, my business can expand or my business can scale. And the third one is saying, you know what, let's try and experiment with an audience which I have never catered to so far. So you divide them into those three parts. And so what problem would you like to solve today? Very general question. You have a problem, I have a solution. Kya problem hai? Batao. And I will give you a solution. All right. So, when you focus on this particular piece, when you focus on the focus on the idea of saying, you know what, I've said, I've gone through my business pitch. So I've already said this piece, that hi, I'm Bruhad Buch, an introvert turned salesman turned HR professional, and now an entrepreneur with over 10,000 transformations to my credit. As a design thinking practitioner, a digital strategist, and a transformative coach, I have helped my clients identify and drive profitable growth opportunities with my ability to provide practically implementable solutions through simple conversations. I have a vision to create 1 million solutionists by 2025 through behavioral and leadership training, consulting, individual coaching, business coaching, transformation, and digital marketing. If you feel you have unique problems in your personal or professional life and want to solve them by scientifically proven, practically implementable solutions by exploring your hidden potential, you are at the right place. Whether you This is a pitch which lasts for around 1 minute and 37 seconds. This is my pitch that stands for 1 minute 37 seconds. And what it will help you do is it will help you to understand how can I actually put my entire business in less than 2 minutes. This is the secret recipe which works for almost any business, any industry. It works for almost anyone, whether it's a product, whether it's a service. And this is something that I am giving you from my experience over the last 2 decades. Not entrepreneurship experience over the last 2 decades, but solving problems for people over the last 2 decades. And the idea of this particular secret recipe is very, very simple. Go direct, go to the point, target your audience, and get your stuff. This is an entire secret recipe or a framework which you can use for your elevator pitches. And all those 3 or 4 people who have already gotten this one-on-one with me, I will help you create your elevator pitch shortly. I will of course send you an email shortly. But to give this a nice closing and a fine tuning, and then I will leave it for questions and answers. So I want you to ask me questions, and we can have some conversations right here. How do you fine tune your elevator pitch? So many people say, bro, you've used some words that I may not know. You have that experience of creating an elevator pitch, but I have too many things in my mind. I cannot put it on paper. Nahi ja raha paper. Kuch nahi ho raha. What can I do to really put this thing on paper? All right. So the first thing you need to do over here is use this checklist. First thing, write down whatever comes to your mind. Don't think, okay, I want to, filter this out. I want to do this. I want to do that. Don't do all of that. Just write everything down. Okay? Put everything, and don't use a pen and a paper. Otherwise, you'll go mad, scratching it. Use a computer or use your mobile phone to just type everything down. Cut the jargons and details. Like I said, do not use very heavy words and do not go very, very simplistic as well. All right. Most importantly, eliminate unnecessary words. Now, unnecessary words are like, oh, I would like to inform you that I have been working in the past few years in this particular industry. Long statement, not required. I have been working in this industry for so and so time. Simple, crisp, to the point. So once you've written down everything, eliminate all those that is absolutely unnecessary. Then connect the phrases to each other. So you cannot have statements which are poles apart from each other. You have to give some connection to all the statements, and that is where the framework that I gave you will help you extremely well. You will be able to join these pieces using commas or using those pieces and go slow with your elevator pitch. Remember, do not rush in an elevator pitch, because the faster you speak, the less people will understand what you really do. So it has to have a natural flow and it has to be very, very smooth. So do not rush. Just because you have a long list of items, don't say, "Arey, 30 seconds mein meko ye sab kuch cover karna hai. Fatafat, let me go ahead and talk." Don't do that. That's a mistake that you do. Instead, cut off the things which are not necessary and then connect the phrases to each other. Memorize the key points and most importantly, practice. Now, you may be wondering, how is Bruhad able to memorize all these things? He must have that, piece in front of him. It's not that. I've been talking about this to all my clients when I'm doing my pitch, to all the networking events when I'm going and talking to people. So automatically it becomes a habit. All right. So the key points are something that you need to memorize and practice. Step 5 is very important, saying, have you really answered the key question of the listener? So all those who are listening to you, if they have a question in their mind, have you really answered that for them? What's in it for me? So you may be a digital strategist, you may be a design thinking practitioner, you may be a coach. Mujhko kya? What's in it for me? How are you going to help me? Have you really answered that question? And if you have, create different versions for different business situations of your elevator speech. So the framework remains the same, but you know that when you're going to talk to a specific set of people, they have a specific set of problems, and you want to address those specific set of solutions. So you will have to have different elevator pitches or different elevator speeches for those different kinds of an audience. Let's go through the 6-step process again. Write down whatever comes to your mind. Sab kuch likh do. Everything, just vomit everything out. Second, look at the jargons, eliminate them. Look at the details, eliminate them. Look at the unnecessary words, eliminate them. If you have a long statement, divide them into points so that you can, go 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Connect the phrases to one another and let it flow naturally and smoothly. Don't rush into any of that. Right. Focus on the key points, highlight the key points, practice those key points. Answer the question, what's in it for me? Have you really answered this question? If you have answered that question, then create different versions of your business situations, of your elevator pitch, and you, my friend, are ready to go. This will not take you more than 10 minutes. I promise you that, because I have been doing this for a long period of time, and trust me, it will not take you more than 10 minutes. So if you want to really scale your business, you've got to spend 10 minutes a day. And I don't think that's a time that will take a lot of burden on you. Right? It'll actually take the burden off you. So Agnes, I will want to open this for questions and answers.
Sure. So Bruhad, congratulations for a very engaging webinar. And it was really, really wonderful listening to you speak. And in fact, I think that what you presented to our participants over here is something that applies to any kind of a business or career or student, any age group, any business, any career, etc. And your points were extremely clean, clear, crisp, and precise. And let me also congratulate you on the engagement and participation from the people. You invoked a lot of responses from them. And I also would like to congratulate Vikram Anand, Rajneesh, and Vishal for having gained the top 3 spots for one-on-one with Bruhad Buch. So many congratulations to all of you. So I can see that a lot of people have already done that secret recipe for elevator pitch, and they have written it down. And I'm sure that it will be very, very useful to all of you guys. Now, if you do have any more queries or questions regarding this session, then I would like to open the floor for, I would like to do an open house and open the floor for questions and answers. So whoever wants to come up and speak, I don't know, Girish, are you there?
So Agnes, we have 2 questions in the chat box. Can I take those first?
Yes, please, bro.
Excellent. So Dr. Renuka is asking, how does the elevator pitch for different industries? So product-based, service-based. So Dr. Renuka, it's very simple. The idea over here is to look at your target audience. Who are you really targeting? So if it's a service-based audience, your USP will change, your credibility will change, and your audience will change. And that is how you can use the secret recipe and just tweak the words here and there. You don't need to change the entire elevator pitch. All right. If you're going to physically visit doing your physical visit, it's very simple. You may cut out on the first part, which is the 4 parts of introvert, turn this, turn that, turn that. That's not required. Only a simple introduction is required. If you're doing an online consultation or product sales, the idea is to again tweak the credibility or the USP. So if you can target that particular industry by saying I am an introvert and salesman, an HR professional, an entrepreneur with over 10,000 transformations to my credit. I have helped people in the automobile industry to understand and implement Lean Six Sigma projects by simply applying a 7-step framework and get a 30% revenue year on year. Now, that is something which is very specific to that industry. You're giving them numbers and you're also telling what you are going to implement for them. So first, understand your industry, put that industry in, and then convert your elevator pitch with some numbers, and that should help you out. I hope, Dr. Renuka, I answered your question.
I think one question from Rajneesh is also there.
Sure. So with reference to competition, you have solved a problem for having an impact on. Yes, Rajneesh, absolutely. If you can mention that, if you're going specifically one-on-one with a specific client, which is a B2B or a B2C, depending on the kind of client you have, competition may help you, because that is what people are looking out for, saying how have you been able to solve problems for the people in my industry. So if you do that, it will be absolutely okay. Please do that. Now, the recipe that I told you right now was a very generic recipe. The more specific you make it, the better it is for you. All right. So that's where. So if you're going to do it for a new potential client, specifically one-on-one, use competition, use the industry, and that will definitely help you. All right. So hope Rajneesh, I answered your question. Hope Dr. Renuka, I answered your question. All right. Excellent. Yes. Please, and as Agnes said, anyone who wants to go ahead and ask any questions that they have, feel free. Wow, no questions means 2 possibilities. One is they've understood everything. Second is they understood nothing. That was streams to that. All right, okay. So Ghanshyam is asking any tips about elevator pitch for business consultancy. So Ghanshyamji, what you can do is you can use the same recipe that I have given. And when you're talking about business consultancy and you're talking about the first few parts. All right. Okay.
Great. So I also think that the audience has gained a lot from this session, and they've asked you very relevant questions. And for all of those who would like to get in touch with Bruhad, the IBG team members will share his contact details with you all. Please feel free to get in touch with him for all of your elevator pitches or help and coaching. And the 3 winners who have won, that is Vishal and Vikram and Rajneesh. Please share your email ID so that Bruhad and his team can get in touch with you. Yes, so if anybody else would like to ask any more questions, we have 5 more minutes to go.
Sure. So Ghanshyam has a question for business consultancy. Ghanshyamji, like I said, use the same piece. Now, when you're doing business consultancy, how many businesses have you helped and how have you helped them? And that is what will become your credibility or USP. So, if I were to really go back, all right, I'm just quickly going back to the recipe, and so that you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So what you can say is, as a business coach, I have helped my clients get 25% revenues year on year using simple consulting frameworks, which can help them and their people to apply things instantaneously, something like that. Or you can focus on saying, as a business coach for the last 2 decades, I have helped my clients generate 2x leads from a regular, apart from a regular kind of setup, using 1, 2, 3, 4 tools which help people to implement those and get 25% revenue year on. The idea is to change or tweak your credibility or USP in order to get that particular piece. Mr. M.B. Narayan is asking how to pitch on a cold call on telephone. So, Mr. M.B. Narayan, your first 30 seconds are extremely, extremely crucial for your cold calls. So, your first 30 seconds will help you to understand. So, if you can put your credibility or your USP for that specific client's industry, or with that specific client's competition, if you've solved something for them, you can start off with that. So you can always say, hi, I'm M.B. Narayan, a business coach, or, I'm not too sure what kind of business you're in, but it will be, a business coach who has helped so-and-so people get so-and-so as a result. All right. As doing this for the last 20, 25 years, I have helped them identify and drive so-and-so, so-and-so. So, of course, we will need to work a little specific on that. But if you're going to pitch on a cold call, eliminate your journey. Your journey may not be as important. What will be important is your credibility or USP and your vision and how your business will help you achieve that vision. So you can do that on a cold call. All right. Okay. So that's how it is. Yeah. Any more questions that anyone has? Mr. Naran, I hope I answered your question. Yes.
Wonderful. Bruhad, so I guess that you've answered very successfully to a lot of questions that have been put forth, and there's a lot of curiosity that has been raised on this platform, and that was a really good thing that you put in the initial few minutes of this presentation as to what you actually do. So now they're very clear about what you actually do, and they know when to approach you and for what to approach you, and what would you make them will be making them write down all these kind of things. Very wonderful, engaging, powerful webinar. And thank you all you guys for all your support and all your presence and all your participation on this platform. We thank you very much. And a very, very, very special thank you to Mr. Bruhad Buch for taking out his valuable time and being a part of this platform and sharing this very important information with all of us, which is going to be so useful to all of us in our day-to-day lives, in our careers, in our professions. And if you want to go to the next level, Mr. Bruhad Buch is very willing to take you there. So please feel to reach out to him. And of course, I would like to thank my IBG team people, Mr. Girish, Mr. Siddhi, Ms. Priya, and Sujata for this wonderful platform and for the moderation. Thank you guys. Thank you all so very much. I wish you a fantastic and a wonderful day ahead. God bless, stay safe and stay connected. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Agnes. Thank you so much, IBG team. All the best. Have a fantastic week ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you.